Afternoon, everyone. I hope you're well today. I just wanted to do a quick update. I wasn't going to do a show later on today. I was going to do one a bit later on in the week, but there's been a load of things which have happened overnight and also this morning. So I just wanted to do a quick update, just cover a couple of things for half an hour, and and then maybe do a full news cycle, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, but just want to cover a couple of things. 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen with a couple of things which have caught my eye, and I thought you might want to know about. 2 seconds. I'm just going to give a quick couple of shout outs for a couple of people. Big up James. Afternoon Derek. Afternoon Abdul. Afternoon Andrew. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so I just wanted to show this because I thought it was quite interesting. A lot of people saying that, we haven't really looked that good under Slot, and not really happy about the way we're playing, but that's what the stats say about Liverpool. Our XG is 6.65, which means we should have scored 6 goals already this season. Our XG points are higher than Brighton and Man City's. Like, I just want you to know that we haven't conceded any goals either when they have. Like, we're as good as we could be where we need to be right now. Like, big up Andre. So I'm not getting carried away with it, but it's good to see. Like, XG goals against, not even one. Can we just get that clear? Like, our XG for goals against us isn't even 1 goal. That's how well we played against a newly promoted team away who never lost a game at home last season, who scored against Manchester City away and could have had a second, by the way. I know they got smashed, but they could have had a second. They could have gone 2-0 up in the first 20 minutes, which is interesting because that would have made an interesting game. And obviously Brighton are a good team, but they played a couple of crap teams, like, to be fair. Brentford at home isn't an easy game. It's not an easy game. Like last season, it was 1-0. It's not an easy game. Brentford have beaten some good teams. Yeah, they should have got a penalty. You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. Big up by NWA as well, mate. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. Like, there's a reason why I'm optimistic and happy about the way we're playing, and this XG goals against is a huge positive for me. It's not even 1 goal, and the XG is 6.5 goals, like miles ahead of everyone else. Miles ahead of everyone else. Look, just miles ahead of everybody else. Like, exactly. So let's see how it goes against Manchester United away. It's our first real big challenge. Big up red armchair supporter. Yeah, so just want to let you know that that's a reason to be pleased. Also, just to let you know, super chats are now available. So if you want to send me a super chat, please do and help support the channel. Wonderful. So I've got a couple more things I wanted to show. This one is an interesting one, in case you didn't know. I know it's in Italian, but sorry, I know it's in Italian. But Mamadashvili has passed his medical, and all the documents are signed, So I think that'll be completed today, or officially, not officially because it's probably already done, but I think that'll be announced maybe today. So the Mamardashvili one's sorted. Also, from a reputable tier one Greek reporter, Shimikas is not leaving. I'm just going to show you this screen, 2 seconds. So this is a reputable tier one. I don't know why I can't get the screen up. Oh yeah, I can. There it is. Yeah, that's from a reputable tier one Greek reporter. That Kostas Tsimikas no intention to leave Liverpool, and we've got no intention in selling him, so he's not going to go. Also, big up Chicken Tikka Mosala, which is my fantasy football team name. It's very realistic. I've got some updates on that. Yep. Okay, what else have I got? I've also got a update on Owen Beck. So Owen Beck is going to Blackburn Rovers, which I think is a really good move, by the way. I'm more than happy to send as many players as we want to Blackburn Rovers. They seem to get good loans. So Owen Beck's off to Blackburn Rovers. He turned down Celtic because it would have been harder for him to get into the Celtic team, I think. They got a great relationship with us. He spent last season on Dundee, moving over to a championship team. I think it's a good move. Hopefully we get Owen Beck re-signed back into a new contract. So when he comes back, he'll be 23. He's 22 now, so he's not a young spring chicken, as we all may think. But he's off to Blackburn Rovers to play football, which is great. Another player which is off is, so this one is really interesting. In case you didn't know, it looks like Stefan Bacetić could be going on loan to RB Salzburg. So it looks like Pepin Linders is going to take two of our midfielders. It's in final stages, so this could be announced very soon. The Valencia loan, they're interested, but I don't think that's going to go anywhere. But looks like they're going to get Bobby Clark and Stefan Bacetić, who are basically going to be their backup midfielders for the season to come. Yep, I totally agree. He could be one which we might be looking at. He's definitely an upgrade on any of our youngsters, and he wouldn't be bad backup if you ask me as a central midfielder. He's got a lot of potential. French under-21 international. I think he went to the Olympics as well. I wanted to show you the Barca thing as well, actually. So this is obviously from James Pearce from Jimbo. That's obviously the Blackburn Rovers loan, just to let you know. Where is the stuff I've got. Obviously, that's more on Owen Beck. Just a couple of updates on Owen Beck, so that's more on Owen Beck. Okay, where am I? Okay, this is an interesting one, which I'm going to show you. So this one is from Paul Joyce. So this is Bayer Leverkusen have made a late loan offer for Tyler Morton. So that's Tyler Morton loan potentially to Bayer Leverkusen. I've also got some information. I've also got some stuff about a player from Bayer Leverkusen, which makes this loan very interesting, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So, okay, I'm just going to close some tabs. So, where is it? Close that tab. 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 Okay, so we're going to jump straight into the Chiesa stuff. So obviously Chiesa broke last night, which we were all very excited about. Well, I know I am, because I've been raving about this guy for quite a long time on a lot of channels. As soon as I found out he was available for less than 20 million, I was like, this is a guy we should sign. So let me just break it down to you. Do you remember we signed Thiago? And he cost 20 million. And it was kind of, look, it's very rare that this guy comes available to move to a club, which he was. It's very rare that Thiago moved to a club. He's only done he only done one club in his career, which was Barcelona, then moved to Bayern Munich, and we got him from Bayern Munich, and he's pretty much done 3 clubs and retired. Yeah. With Chiesa, it genuinely feels like he would never leave Italy. I mean, I can see a lot of people have got doubts about him, but even if we got 20 games out of Chiesa, it's 20 games out of a world-class player. He's world-class. He wins games on his own. Like, this is what we kind of need to look at now. Okay, we don't have many players left in our team that can do something completely out of the blue to win a game. Like, we don't. Like, we have Mo Salah, and that's pretty much it. Like, we don't have any players which can flip a game on its head and get us a goal when we're totally being ran over by the opposition or in a stalemate. And Chiesa can do that. And he's done it on every single level. Like, he's done it internationally, he's done it club, he's done it in finals. Like, I get he's had injuries, but so had Thiago. And no one batted an eyelid at Thiago. They were all buzzing and really happy that we signed him. The guy was crocked from the day we got him because of his previous injuries. But Chiesa's younger, and Chiesa can be managed. He has won the Serie A. What are you on about? Like, he has won the Serie A. He's won the Serie A with Juventus. So I just feel like this is a guy that if we could get this guy for as less as we are, like 15 million euros, are you joking me? Like, Look at the teams that are trying to sign him. Like, Barcelona looked at him. Like Barcelona, the only reason Barcelona can't get him is because they've got issues with signing players, actually signing players. So I think it's a great signing. I think it's a great signing. We're all crying out for more players, and we're all crying out for a Salah backup. Like, are you trying to tell me that Chiesa wouldn't be a good Salah backup? Like, he's worth the risk for such a cheap price. Absolutely. And he's world class. Like, I don't care what anyone says. The guy's world class. Like, the guy has done it on every single level, and he's brilliant. Like, he can flip a game on its head. Anyway, so let's have a look. So you've obviously got Chiesa. Okay, so a little bit on him. So just to let you know that he's played 93 games as a right winger, scored 33 goals and 14 assists. Yeah, that's crap, isn't it? Yeah, that's crap. That's not worth signing, is it? Like, it's not worth signing this guy, is it? When he's done tons more than any other players we've got in that position, apart from Salah, isn't it? Absolutely garbage, that, isn't it? Let's be honest. Right winger, 93 games, 33 goals, 14 assists. Second striker, so he can play there as well. 62 games, 14 goals, 9 assists. It's garbage, that, isn't it? It's garbage, that, for 15 million euros. And then left winger, 61 games, 11 goals, 13 assists. And he's even played as a right midfielder. 37 games, 9 goals, 8 assists. Played as a centre forward, 24 games, 4 goals, 5 assists. And he's played as a left midfielder. 11 games, 4 goals, 3 assists. This guy's garbage, isn't he? Yeah, this guy's garbage. He's 26. He's 26. He's a year younger than Diaz. And he's done a million more things than Diaz. And he's 20 times, he's 100 times better than Diaz. Like, just a fact. Like, like, you could not rate him. You cannot rate him, but I don't know what you're watching, because shall I add these goals up? Like, shall I add these up? Because as far as I'm concerned, if we're playing him 20 games and we're bringing Salah off, in the 70th minute, and we're bringing Chiesa on for 20 minutes, then there's a good chance we might get a goal. Like, we literally just sold 62 million pounds worth of kids. Sorry, 62 million pounds worth of teenagers, yeah, that were never going to play football for us, and we're going to get Chiesa with some of that money. Like, that's a play that makes a difference. It's a play that makes a difference. I'm absolutely blown away by some of the negativity on on Chiesa. It's madness. Anyway, you have your say on him, okay? But as far as I'm concerned, I'm absolutely buzzing if we get this guy. Yeah, he's only 26. Like, seriously, I know he's 26 and he's done all of this for a 26-year-old. Like, over, was he 33, 43, 53, 63? He's probably got about 70 odd goals, like, in about 250 games, and he plays everywhere. Absolutely bare. Really gets things wrong. And if you're getting Chiesa as a backup for Salah, because he will be a backup for Salah, he's not Salah's replacement. And let's be honest, the guy can play absolutely everywhere. Like, absolutely all over the park he can play. Like, I just think it's a shrewd signing. Like, I just think it's a guy that just gives us a little bit of respite for some of the players, you know. And let's be honest, Slot might not be 100% convinced with Nunes. He might not be 100% convinced with Nunes. So he could be looking at Chiesa as potentially playing centre forward a bit more. Like, he's done it. He's absolutely done it. I mean, God, look at his left midfield stats. 11 games, 4 goals, 3 assists. Like, he's solid. Lekeba, I haven't got any news on Lekeba. I'm sorry. I've got no updates on him. But what I will do is I'll have a quick look at some of the stuff. So I'm buzzing about Chiesa. If we get him, brilliant news. I think he's on about 160,000 a week. So he's not even a huge earner, and he's a terrific player. So I'm very happy about that. I just wanted to give you an update on this as well. So this is from a reputable journalist. So it looks like we've offered 15 million euros and the salary is 5 million, which is brilliant. Like 5 million, like it's brilliant. It's it's not a huge amount of money. Like that's probably the salaries of the 2 players that have just left combined, you know. So Chiesa has accepted the Liverpool move and he's really interested in it. But we also have another player as well, which we're monitoring as a backup for Chiesa if it doesn't happen. And this guy is, just want to give you his details. So it's Kingsley Coman, which has now popped up. The only issue with Kingsley Coman is he's on 270,000 a week, and he's got worse injuries than Chiesa. But Coman is a winner. Like he's won at every club, like absolutely every club he's won at. So this was posted at 8:25 this morning. So a Saudi club has made a reputable offer for Coman. It's Al Hilal, but Coman wants to play in the Premier League. So this is going to be an interesting one. We'll see how this one develops. 270,000 a week is a hell of a lot of money. It makes him our 3rd highest earner at the club. And if we're whinging about Trent not getting a new contract, then throwing 270 grand at a player who just walks into the club is, for me, is suicide. If you're trying to negotiate a contract with Trent, obviously Coman might have dropped down the pecking order now that they've signed Elise, but I don't know. Like he came on as a sub in the last game, so he's still obviously regarded as a good player for them. He would have to take a pay cut. I think Coman's 27 as well, maybe 28. For me, I'd rather go for Sane than Coman, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I also wanted to just give you the update from Fabrizio, just so you can see that. So that's the update. So the deal is on. That's from Fabrizio. So that's an interesting one. Obviously, Serge Gnabry is set to stay. So Coman is obviously someone who we're looking at as potential backup. Also wanted to just, if you haven't seen it, here's the new kit which is out. To be fair, it looks a little bit like the cream kit which came out a couple of years ago with the collar, which I really like, and I've got that kit with the collar and the buttons. It looks a little bit like that. The tick is ridiculous. I don't disagree with that. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. The tick is a bit weird. So that's an interesting one. Obviously Nike are trying to milk as much as they can out of us before they leave, and we get Adidas when we start getting some incredible kits. Also, just wanted to show you little bit of stats about the game. So we were expected to score 4.5 goals in the second half in that game. Sorry, in second half of games, we're expected to score 4.5 goals, and we've had 29 shots in the second half of games and 8 big chances created. And look at the difference in the touches in the box. 76 touches in the box in second half, and obviously more goals. So we genuinely look like we are a second half team at the moment under Slot. It looks like first half he's trying to nullify the game, wear the opposition out, and then the second half we're looking to break more and obviously power on and win games. I also like the New Balance kits as well. I've got a few of them. I know it's ridiculous. Like I don't know why they haven't gone for Keller. Like the crazy thing is, we all rate Queven so highly. He clearly isn't rated that highly by anyone else. So do you think maybe we're overrating this guy because nobody has tried to sign him? Like nobody has tried to sign this guy. It's crazy. Okay, have we got any more updates? I said I'd do half an hour. I don't actually know how long I've done. How long have I done? Okay, so I've done over half an hour. So I'm just going to quickly refresh my screen again, see whether there's any more updates. Because there might be since that's happened. No. Bear with me. Any more updates? Yeah, there has. So there has been something which has popped up, which you might not be aware of. So there's 2 players which we are looking at. Yeah, so there's 2 players that we are looking at. I'm just going to go into my main screen. 2 secs. Yeah, so there are 2 players that we that we are looking at. Obviously, Simikan's one of them from Leipzig. Tar, who's the central defender from Bayer Leverkusen, is another player that we're looking at. If that deal doesn't go through to Bayern Munich or Barcelona, then that's a central defender that we might make a move on. Lukeba is another guy that we're looking at, who is the Leipzig left back, centre back. Then you've got Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen. You have Inacio, which is another guy that we've looked at. There's also Manu Kone, who still hasn't made the move to AC Milan, who we're also looking at. And I believe that is probably all. Obviously, Mark Gahey is a guy that we are looking at, but it looks like Gahey is on the verge of a move to Newcastle now. So he's going to make a move to Newcastle. And this is the interesting thing about the Gomez piece. So they're going to be cash rich, Crystal Palace, because Gahey will go to Newcastle. for 65 million. They've already sold Joachim Andersen for 30 million, and they've already sold Elise for 45 million. So they're going to have a lot of money, which means that we're going to be able to demand 45 to 50 million for Gomez. They're looking at Trevor Chalobah and also Maxime Lacroix. They've had a bid rejected for Lacroix. I would definitely keep an eye out on Crystal Palace because big up Beijing. Hope you're well. I tried to check your show out last night, but I was too tired, and you were on at like 2 in the morning, mate. Sorry. I will rewatch it though, mate. There's 75 of you in here as well, by the way. If you haven't liked to subscribe, please do. And also, if you do want to give me a super chat, please do. They're now available, just to let you know. Obviously, super chats I'll read out, and I'll also talk about what you're asking if you've got anything you want to bring up in a super chat. And big up, keep it real for posting up Beijing Red TV, their channel. Please check it out and also subscribe to it. Yeah, so the interesting thing about the Gahey is we've obviously looked at Gahey ourselves, and that's someone we're probably not going to look at now because he's on the short side, and we're looking at tall defenders, obviously, which is why we're also linked with Brantwaite, and also Svensson as well. He's another tall guy that we're linked with. I just feel that something might happen with Palace. We've been sniffing around Eze, who's a winger, by the way, and plays on the right. We've been sniffing around him for quite a while. Maybe there's something in there, or maybe Adam Morton. Like, there are two players at Palace that I would take with a heartbeat, and one of them's Eze and one's Morton. I'd also take Gahey as well, by the way. I highly rate him, but he's just been made captain, and he's going to cost an arm and a leg, and he's going to want to play first team football. And I don't see us playing him as a left back, and I also don't see him replacing Virgil van Dijk, especially after Virgil van Dijk's recent interview where he's there for the manager, he understands who he is, he's offered himself up, he loves playing for the club. He's got that ridiculous stat where he's undefeated in 97 out of 99 games at Anfield. Like, that is insane. That's an insane number. So I think Gomez will go, and he's going back to London, which is where he's originally from. He's not a first team player for us, unfortunately, for him. So I think he will go to Palace. I think it will be a late move. I think it will be a huge amount of money for a guy that we paid, I think it was maybe 7 million in total, and we get 45 to 50 million for after 10 years at the club. I think is a brilliant deal, by the way. However, he is our utility man, so we will need to buy a replacement, and I think we're in the market for one now. So let's see what happens. I think there was a lot of add-ons with Gomez, Scraps. I think there was some add-ons, which made it maybe 7 million, if off the top of my head, not 100% sure. So that's the update I have on him. I have got some stuff on Kone, but I can't seem to find it. What's this one? Yeah, okay, so the Bayer Leverkusen stuff. Okay, so the Bayer Leverkusen stuff is definitely on. Yeah, it's definitely on. So it looks like, yeah, looks like Tyler Morton's off to Bayer Leverkusen, with an option to buy, with an obligation to buy. Sorry, he's going to replace Gustavo Puerto, who they've just sold. So he's going to replace them. So it looks like Tyler's off to Germany. Interesting. Um, the thing about Xabi Alonso, which is really kind of, I don't know, it's kind of playing on my mind a bit, is he coming to Liverpool in the next couple of years? Like he seems to be after a lot of our players, which I find insane. Is he potentially going to be our manager in the next couple of years, and we've earmarked him for that? Like I don't know. Massive thanks to Blazing Reds. You have talked about Malik Thor. He plays for AC Milan, don't he? He's German as well, I think. He's a good player, and he's tall as well. And I think he's left-footed as well. That'd be an interesting one. I don't think we've been linked with him though, mate. But then again, who knows? Like we've got a habit of pulling rabbits out of the hat with Edwards. So, and also nobody knew that we were going to go for Zubamendi until David Ornstein kind of got hold of the news. Otherwise, no one would have known that we were going to go for him. It's an interesting one. Might have a look at centre backs. Might do a show on them maybe. Might do a subscriber only show this week. I'll have a look. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I do rate Tyler Morton, but if he's not going to play football for us, and we're going to get some money for him in the future, and he's going to get game time playing for a good club, then maybe it's best he moves on. And just like Bobby Clark, I think he's asked to move, so we can't really hold that against him. If he wants to progress his career and try and get himself into the England team, because he's a star for the under-21s, especially under Carsley. Like he's played incredible football for Carsley. Then good on him. And if he wants to try it in Germany, there's quite a few English players have done well in Germany. Just talking about Jude and obviously Byron Gittins, then and obviously Kane, then maybe it's a good move for him. We'll see. So have we got any others? So Liverpool could trigger release clause for defender. So this one's just popped up. I believe this is probably Inacio. Yeah, so this is Gonzalo Inacio, who's now back on our radar. 50.8 million. Sorry, 50 million basically for him. It's an interesting one. Like we could trigger that. I think he's ready for a move. The idea of him playing left back though isn't something that probably going to happen, because he's only played one game as a left back in like the last 2 years. He's a great player. I'm quite interested in the Mateus Nunes links. I think he'd be great for us. There's a reason why Pep Guardiola signed him. He looked really good for Wolves. If we can get him for 40 million, I think he could be a really good sign. And he's also a player that our committee wanted a couple of years ago before he went to City, before he went to Wolves, actually. So we'll see what happens there. I haven't got much else to share now. I was going to do 30 minutes. I've done nearly 45. Yeah, but Owenbeck's that's done. That's pretty much done, Bayesian, mate. Yeah, on loan. I think that's it for today. I just wanted to give a quick update. Obviously, Mamardashvili medical's done. That's going to be announced soon. Tyler Morton potentially off to Bayer Leverkusen. Stefan Besic off to RB Salzburg. That's going to be confirmed soon. Owen Beck's gone. Anybody else? Nat Phillips still nothing. Keller still nothing. Gomez potentially off to Crystal Palace. No more news. Potential players that we're linked with, which are new on the radar. Obviously, you've got Tar from Bayer Leverkusen. You've obviously got Chiesa. Any other players which I haven't mentioned that have now popped up on the radar? They're the two, and Kingsley Coman and obviously Kone. They're the four players which have recently been linked. Obviously, you can see Jonathan Tah receives interest from Liverpool, which is on here. I think Jonathan Tah is a great player, by the way, German international. Available for relatively cheap amount of money because he's only got 1 year left on his contract. He's only 28 years old, by the way. It's not bad backup, if I'm honest, in the ranks of central defenders. I also believe he can play as a fullback. I'm just going to double check. I'm just going to double check live. Yeah, 28 years old. No, so he plays. Oh, he's another right footer. Like, how many right footers are we going to have at Liverpool? So he's got 29 caps for Germany. He's available for about 20 million. Like, seriously. So he can play left-sided and right-sided, by the way, just to let you know. I don't know. How do you feel about that transfer if we got him in as a option at the back? He's obviously just won everything with Bayer Leverkusen. I think he's their captain. Interesting one anyway. Anyway, that's going to be all for today. Obviously, thanks for the super chat from Bayesian. If you do want to give me a super chat, please do. Helps the channel. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. Obviously, looking to grow the channel more. If you are new to subscribing, please let me know in the chat, and we'll welcome you and say hello. I'm probably going to do another show in a couple of days, depending on what happens in the window. These like 30-minute sessions, I might do more often with more stuff, but I'm trying to keep it as 3 shows a week. You have a wonderful day, and I'm out of here. Up the Reds. Hope we can get some more signings done, and yeah, take care. Bye bye.